All right, math 3.8, our final lesson in this third chapter. Most fun ever. All right, learning target. Decimals divided by decimals. I can feel you through the screen. Your excitement, your intense anticipation. So let's get to it, okay? I have 4 problems up here. I'm going to work through these problems. You're going to see how I do them, and hopefully it'll remind you, if you've already seen this, how to do it. If not, you'll learn something new, okay? And you can be recording this in your math journal, taking notes. All right, so we have 54.4 divided by 1.7. Okay, so the 54.4 goes in there, and it's divided by 1.7. Okay, so let's deal with the decimal first. Let's get this decimal out of the way. Now, I don't like a decimal here. I don't want it here. I got to get decimal free here. So I'm going to get them out. I'm moving them out, taking them that way. So this, I'm going to move it over to where it's there. This becomes just 17. If I take this decimal over 1, it's almost like the decimals are on strings. If this goes over 1, that one goes over 1. Okay? So I move this over 1, and then it gets blocked by that, so it's done. It went over 1 time. This one goes over 1, and then it just goes up. Boop. Okay? So now I have 544 divided by 17. All right, let's just do it. 17 goes into 54. If you remember from lesson 3.7, we did something similar to this. And if I recall correctly, it was 3. Well, let's do it again, just to be sure. It's 21, 3, 5, 51. Okay? So, 51. Then I subtract that out. 4 minus 1 is 3. That's 0, but I bring my 4 down. Now I have 34. How many times does 17 go into 34? 2 times. So 2 times 17 is 34. Subtract that out, it's 0. There's no numbers here. 32 point. Now because the point's right there, I can let it go because it's just 32. It's a whole number. So my answer, 32. Okay? Cool, huh? Let's do these other ones. We have 8.424 divided by 0.36. So 8.424 divided by 0.36. Okay? Don't like decimals over here. I'm moving them out, getting them out, taking them to the wall. 1, 2, stop. Hits the wall. So I go over 2, and this one has to go over 2. 1, 2. Almost like they're magnets. You could say magnets with the negative. You know, when you try and put magnets together, you keep going. So when I slide that one over 1, it goes over 1. When I slide it over 2, it goes over 2. And then once it goes over there, whoop, I put it on top. And then you're all set to go. Okay? So now I can forget about the decimal and just do the division. Okay? I'm going to get rid of the 0 because it's confusing me a little bit. 36 goes into 8. Doesn't go into 8. But I bet it goes into 84. How many times? I'd say 2, because 30 times 3 is 90, and that seems like that would be too much. So 2 times 36 is 72. I subtract it out. 4 minus 2 is 2. 8 minus 7 is 1. And I bring down my 2. Now I have 122. How many times does 36 go into 122? I know 30 times 4 is 120. But I got this 6. Might take it over 122. So I'm just going to do 3. Okay? So if I do 36 times 3, that's 18. And then that's 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. It's 108. 108. And I could see that I could never get another 36 into that. So I'm good there. Okay, so I subtract this out. 2 minus 8, can't do. That becomes a 1, hit 12. That's 410. Okay, so I have 14 here. I got another number here I can bring down. 144. How many times will 36 go into 144? Well, 3 was 108. I bet I can get one more 3 in there. I'm going to guess it's 4. So now, let me do that. 36 times 4. Let's see, that's 24. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Bingo, 144. 144, subtract it out, gets me 0. I have no more numbers. I'm good to go. Okay? So, when I do this one, 8.424 divided by 0.36 gets me 23.4. I moved my decimal over, then I did the division. All right, 2 more to go. Let's do it. All right, we have 5.6 divided by 0.014. Okay? Now I got to move this decimal over. 1, 2, 3. Then I hit the wall. So I got to move it over 3. Now, I only have 1 to go over here. But remember, I can put as many zeros as I want. Okay? I can put as many zeros. It can go on forever. But I'm not going to. That would take a long time. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's right there. I go up. Boom. I'm done. Now, what I am going to do is, I put too many zeros there, so now I'm just going to erase these zeros. Okay? I know my decimal is right there. And now it's 14. It's 5600 divided by 14. So I can even get rid of this 0 here. Okay? So now that I move the decimal over, I'm good to go. 5.6 divided by 0.014 is this problem. Let's do it, and then I'll be able to get my answer. 14 goes into 5 0 times, so I need to go into 56. 1 is 14, 2 is 28, 3 is 42, 4 maybe. Let's try 4. 14 times 4. These are going to be 3 or 4. Let's see, that's 16, 4, 5, 56. Oh, it's exactly it. I checked it, I guessed it a little bit, then I checked it, and I got it. So, 4 times 14 is 56. That gives me 0. But because I have a decimal here, I have to go through all these zeros up to this decimal point, because I have to have something here. So, I bring this down, 0. How many times does 14 go into 0? 0 times 14 is 0. Subtract those out, 0. I got to bring that down, 0. 14 goes into 0. 0 times 0, 0, 0. Minus, I get 0. And now I have no more numbers that I have to do. Okay? So, my answer is 400. Point. Or just 400. Okay? Hopefully that makes some sense to you. Let's do the last one. And then you'll be able to do some guided practice and then some independent practice. And of course, seeing me if you ever have any issues or any problems or questions. So I have 0.4 divided by 25. Okay. 0.4 divided by 25. That's an interesting one, isn't it? And I did it wrong. Oh no, I did it right. 0.4 divided by 25. Okay, so there's no decimals over here, so I don't have to move it over. So I'm going to put that right there. Just go up. 25 goes into 4. 0 times 25 is 0. Subtract 4. Now, remember, I can add as many zeros as I need on here until I either get a repeating or it zeroes out. So, now I bring this 0 down. How many times does 25 go into 40? 1 time. 25. Now I subtract this. 3, 10, 5, 15. Okay? I keep going on, bring that 0 down. How many times does 25 go into 150? I'm pretty sure it's 6 times because I'm thinking about quarters. 4 quarters equal $1. 2 quarters equal 50. So 150 would be 6 quarters. 6 times 25 is 150. That equals 0. I don't have to bring down any more zeros because it's all zeros. And the point's right there, 0.016. That is my answer. Okay? Go ahead and watch the guided practice and then try the independent practice, see what you can do. Let me know if you have any questions. Good job.